Hello, football fan and Chelsea fan from all over the world. It was a great weekend, and on the screen right now is the lineup that we wanted to present as the in our preview for this match before it even starts. But for some reason, we were unable to come up with that video, and so we just want to start from there for as many of the people coming to our channel here for all the content. This is what we were expecting was going to happen. This is the lineup that we thought was going to the manager was going to put forward, and we also predicted that the match was going to be 2-0 in favor of Chelsea, and that Chelsea is going to set up this way. This is what we thought was going to happen, but this is how it all ended up. We could see that the match ended up 4-2 in favor of Chelsea, and the man who ran the show was Cole Palmer. Again, Cole Palmer. He ran the show, and this is very good for Chelsea. Some of Chelsea rivals are beginning to talk right now about this player. Some other people are even going as far as saying that this is the best player in EPL right now. But for our own opinion on this channel, we think if this player continues this way and everything goes well, barring any occurrence of injury or anything like that to keep him from, the numbers he's racking up is gonna put in far beyond what Lampard was able to achieve with Chelsea. So this game, when not as expected by the manager, because the manager at some point also confessed that they were surprised with Brighton play on the attack. His expectation was Chelsea was going to control the ball a little bit more, and that was not what happened. But overall, by and large, Chelsea managed to win this game convincingly, and the goals could have been more. One of the things we also learned over the weekend, we see some of Chelsea fans here making a bold claim that Cole Palmer is the best player in the Premier League. And this is understandable. In football, you're always as good as your last game. He actually shed all the blanks during that match. He played very well. He took his free kick, he scored, he took penalty, he scored two beautiful goals that were short. The last one he scored, which is the fourth goal, was a shot near the end of a pole. No hesitation. The ball probably put on the plate for him by Jadon Sancho. He walked into it, and without hesitation, he volleyed the ball into a very tight space, and the ball fit into the space. No touch on the goal, away enough from the goalkeeper, and that was a brilliant goal from Cole Palmer. So what does the scoring chart for Chelsea, what does it look like in this that you see? We're going to be bringing this up from time to time just to be able to track how the guys are doing with goals for Chelsea. In the last video that we put out on this channel, it was Nicholas Jackson that was on top with 5 goals from 4 games. At that point, Palmer only had 2 goals. With his 4 goals added and in 6 games played, he's now topping that chart. He's had 12 goal contribution in 6 games this season. That is crazy. It means in every game he played in the EPL this season, he's contributing at least 2 goals, either by scoring or making assists. And if you want to split it half-half, it means he's going to make at least 1 goal, 1 assist per game. That is some incredible number. And just next to him is Nicholas Jackson, which is very good. It's also lovely to see that Nolly Madueke is there. Christopher Nkoko is on this list. Joffrey is on this list. The challenge with the other 2 guys on that list, number 4 and 5, is that they are not playing enough games. Those 6 games and 4 games that we see, they're coming from off the bench. And where does this take Chelsea at the end of the week, week 6 of the EPL? Where is Chelsea? We're going to see. After 6 games has been played by all the team, there's one more team that will be playing tomorrow, but that is really not a concern of ours if you are a Chelsea fan and football lover. Most of the places people want to see at this period in the season is the top of the table. People want to see what teams are occupying number 1 to 6, but just so we have visibility of what is going on the top half of the table, we can see that the most informed team on this table in the past 5 games is Chelsea FC. Chelsea FC. In the past 5 games, they've won 4 out of 5. There is only one team that is on top of the table has been able to do that. But if you look at it in terms of points that they have been able to rack in the past 5 games, Chelsea has brought it about 13 points. 13 points. And that's all they've gotten. They've been able to put on the board for this whole season. The first game of the season, they lost against Man City, and it matters how you lose. They played the game very well. They didn't take their chances, and it's the first game they played. Fair enough. Man City won on the day. Everything works out for them pretty well. In my opinion, that match should have ended a draw. That would have been a fair result for Chelsea in that match. Today, another thing that we're going to be talking about will be a team in the league on, and we are going to be talking about Strasbourg. Strasbourg, you hear me well? Why are we talking about Strasbourg? It's because there's a player in that team in the person of Petrovic, who happens to be a Chelsea goalkeeper who is currently on loan with Strasbourg. It was in the goal today for Strasbourg FC when they took on the league leader of Ligue 1, Olympique Marseille, that is being coached by a very good coach in Roberto De Zerbi. Roberto De Zerbi was supposed to be one of the managers that Chelsea was considering before hiring Enzo Maresca, and he's a good coach. He's a good manager. His team is really doing very well in Ligue 1 this year, and from all indication, it looks like they're there to compete. They want to win it, but unfortunately for them, in a situation that looks like the corner is beginning to turn for BlueCo team in Europe. BlueCo actually is the organization or a business entity or a conglomerate, if you say, or a consortium, if you also want to put it that way, that bought Chelsea and Strasbourg. The first few years of their ownership in the various clubs has been very turbulent, and this one video that I would like to share with us, how that today the fans were very, very appreciative of how the event is turning out. Look at this video. This was what it looks like today after the game when they won. They won by 1-0, and the whole club, they love it. The whole club love it. They were so happy with this. They were also happy with this. They really love what they are getting. It was so much joy. There was fun. People were laughing. The players were really celebrating with the fans. They were very, very happy. I'm going to share with us one video of how Petrovic really helped them today. There was a particular save that he made. Dear Lord, we need to see that save. You know, sometimes for you to win a game, everything has to come together perfectly. You have to take your chances when it comes, and when you are defending as well, everybody needs to defend very well. Your goalkeeper needs to be up to it and defend very well as well. Just like I said, there is a save that this player made today. You need to see this yourself. That is it. Greenwood make that shot and Indy save that. All of that has to come together for a team to win a game. And thanks to Petrovic. And you need to see in this next points you're gonna photograph you see on the slide on the screen. This is the reaction of the fans. They were very happy to see him save that. So we see fans sometimes complain in football about how new ownership comes into a club, how things are not going the way they wanted. They have your opinion and all of that. Now they're happy. Look at the things you see on those faces. They were delighted. They shouted. It was a roar. And so there are lessons to learn from these as football fans. When big organization comes into your team to buy your club over, give them time. Let them do what they do. They're billionaires for a reason. They're not daft people. They also want to win. And this is what we saw with Strasbourg today. And what does that do with Strasbourg on the table? There you have it. PSG, by reason of what happened today, if Marseille had won that game, they are not really going to be on top of the table. But one thing is very sure, they are going to be tied on point with PSG and with Monaco as well. But because they lost the game, they are now trailing the league leaders by 3 points. And of course, they're conceding not too many goals. They conceded 7 and they've scored 15, just like Chelsea as well. They've only lost one game all season, and this has brought Strasbourg to 8th position. And maybe they will not say that in the open for everybody to hear, but silently I think Strasbourg is pushing this year for that number 6 position, and that position for Ligue 1 is the position to take any club to Europa Conference League. And I wish Strasbourg well. And BlueCo, as BlueCo really turned the corner, what do you think? Just put your comment in the comment section below and let us see what you think about that. While we are at it, we just want to use this opportunity to encourage as many that comes to this channel to see some of our content, to like the video, subscribe, and also share. Remember to turn on your notification button as well, so that when we have new content, you can always get the notifications. It comes to you so that you don't miss any of our content. We're going to be doing our utmost best to make sure that we help the game, particularly with respect to some of the content we're going to be putting here. Before we round up today, we just want to bring to us the comment of the gaffer, Chelsea's gaffer. This is what he has to say. Among so many things he said today, but this is the one that caught our attention and we just want to share it with us. One thing he said today is that I don't think I enjoy it more than the rest. I was happy before the start, and it's always nice to share that sort of moment with our fans. After 2 wins in a row away, it's always difficult. What is always difficult? To be able to win games. There's been pressure to just be able to win an EPL game in front of the fans. If we remember, the first game of the season that was played at home was against Manchester City. It wouldn't look like a good way to start. Chelsea lost that match 2-0 in front of their fans. The next home game that was played was against Palace, and Chelsea was really doing well in that game. Palace hardly had shot on goal. They had 2 shots on goal and one of it scored, and it was a draw. And then today, this game could have easily been 8-2, even 9-2, even 10-2, considering all the chances that was coming all the ways of Chelsea and they weren't able to convert it. Well, football fans, Chelsea fans, is as the good days really come back to Chelsea, only time will tell. Until we see in the next one again for the Europa Conference game coming against Kent, we do want to say have a good one and see you in the next one. Have a good one all. Bye bye.